My first month, I was able to sell like 36,000. I
in
wasn't
1 month.
expecting that. Yeah, pretty good, right? I'm seeing their lives change because I'm seeing a lot of families that used to work with cleaning or construction, but they were not happy doing. They were doing because they had bills to pay, and now they're changing their lives because they're working in their own business, on their Amazon business. They're happy doing that. They're living the American dream that they came here for.
Is it hard to leave your full-time job and depend on Amazon? Sarah explained how she did it and also shared some of the things that you should consider before doing it. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content that will help you to grow your business on Amazon. Hi Sarah, thank you so much for accepting our invitation and coming to our channel and talk about your experience on selling on Amazon and how these have been changing for the last few months in your own experience.
Hi, Fidel. Thank you for inviting me. It's an honor to be here. I love to share my experience with everyone in the community.
For how long have you been selling on Amazon?
I have been selling on Amazon since end of 2020, so around like 2 years. Yeah, 2 years. It'll be like 3 years in December.
During this time, can you tell us about that? How this happened? I mean, how this happened of you selling on Amazon?
Yeah, so I've always worked in logistics. I have a degree in
Uh-huh.
Brazil and I moved to US like 10 years ago. And I was working as a full-time buyer for like an American company. Pretty good job, but I wanted to do something for myself. And I was like watching some like Netflix videos and YouTube channels. And I came across like a guy. He was like 18. He's a kid. He was 18 at the time. And he had this course teaching people how to sell on Amazon. He was
Uh-huh.
talking how he started doing garage sales and going to Walmart. In my
Yeah.
mind, when I thought about Amazon, I always thought about bringing stuff from China and selling here,
Yeah.
private label. I had no idea about arbitrage, that you could actually buy stuff at the supermarket at Walmart and actually resell on Amazon and make a profit of it.
Exactly.
So I kind of paid for his course and he had a Discord and I started from there. My first month, I was able to sell like 36,000. I
In
wasn't
1 month.
expecting that. Yeah, pretty good, right?
Yeah.
It was end of December. I sold like some Christmas decorations, outdoor patio heaters. I think it was at the end of the COVID. So the restaurants, they could work only outside. You could use them, but they you needed to be outside. And
Yes.
at North, it's extremely cold. They had to have those outdoor patio heaters. So I
Yeah.
think there was a shortage in the United States. So all the resellers were going to Home Depot, Lowe's,
Uh-huh.
Walmart, buying all these like patio heaters and reselling like for crazy amount of dollars. So I kind of got that wave plus like toys and Christmas decoration. I managed to sell like
Mhm.
36,000 on my first month. I wasn't
Wow.
expecting. It was kind of crazy.
Well, yeah, when it comes to the point of, kind of taking the first step and choosing the item, what did help you to choose these specific items that in the end made you this amount of money?
At the end when I started, I had no idea. So the course, they had like a Discord. So in the Discord, I think network is extremely important. I was
Yeah.
able to find out what people were selling and going after those items. But I realized soon like that I had an opportunity, but I did not have a business. I had no idea how to run an Amazon business,
Yeah.
how to search for inventory. I was a buyer, so I was used to have like a budget to spend, like preparation, everything.
Yeah.
So I wasn't used to like not knowing what I'm gonna sell in the next month. So due to that, when I found out when I figured out that that's what I want to do as a business, I was like, okay, let me study a little bit more. That's when I
Yeah.
found out about sales rank, about velocity, how many items the items sell, how can you search for inventory, like tactical arbitrage, manual sourcing. So all that kind of stuff I learned after I did some courses. Right now, what I do is like I check for items that has a higher velocity that I
Uh-huh.
manage to buy my distributors. Then I send to FBA. So like 80% of my sales are FBA and 20 FBM. I sell directly to
Okay.
clients. But it took me a
Uh-huh.
while to figure out that. At the time, I had no idea.
You mentioned at the beginning that you were doing a full-time job for in logistics, right? So what made you step forward in terms of Amazon and give up your payable job?
Yeah. When I realized that I was actually losing money by being my job, I got to a point that if I wasn't at my job, I would be able to make more money in my business than I was getting paid, my daily pay, like weekly paycheck. That's when I
Exactly.
realized I was like, okay, let me, I have to think about that as a full-time job. So I kind of sat with my husband and we put the numbers down and write the
Uh-huh.
numbers down. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna quit my job and live my Amazon business as a full time income, and it worked because I was already making more with my business than I was getting paid. It was just a comfort zone of like, oh, I have this paycheck every week. Why would I, quit everything that I studied for, like I live in Brazil, so it was a dream to me work in an American company as a buyer. I had like 401k, health insurance, and everything that you dream for. I had it. And then in the other hand, I have this business that I started out of the blue, that I had no idea 6 months
Yeah.
before that I could work and live of that. Then I started to make all this money, but I was working a lot. Sometimes I would get home and I was working till like 2 a.m. to ship
Wow,
all
that's
these
a lot of
boxes. And
work.
on weekends, I
Yeah.
was preparing stuff to send to FBA. So it got you, I was exhausted. After 6 months, I was
Yeah.
exhausted. But I was making more money in my business than getting paid full time. So I just decided
No,
to quit and, let me take a leap of faith and take care of my business. And I went from there.
before making those moves, like if somebody is already in that position where they are making good amount of money, and also they have their payable job, what are the things that they should consider in this case before saying yes to this switch?
You have to stay in your job as long as you can, because
Uh-huh.
like when you don't depend on that money, you can pretty much reinvest 100% of what you make, right? So if you're
Yeah.
making like $1,000 of profit, $2,000 of profit, you started what you have. It's pretty much you're reinvesting 100%. When you get to the point that you have to quit your job and live off your business, you're not going to invest 100% anymore. So you're not going to grow your business as fast as you
As
used
fast as
to.
before. Yeah.
Exactly, like every business. So what I tell everybody is like you have to know your business, learn about how to source products, how to buy products, how to buy with distributors, have a consistency in your sales, because you cannot sell 10,000 this month and then 30,000 and not selling anything, and then you quit your job, you have bills to pay. So once you learn everything about the business and you realize that you actually like losing money by being your job, then
Yeah.
because you're making more money in your business, that's the time that you can quit your job and live a full-time income
Uh-huh.
Amazon seller.
At the beginning, you said like it was like a surprise, but after that, did your business continue increasing for the next month until now?
My business has always increased. It we sold over like
Mhm.
$2 million. The next like less like 24 months we sold over $2 million. I think I sold
Wow.
1.5 million last year, which was a
Uh-huh.
lot. I was because I was working as a full-time Amazon seller, but I have invested a lot of money in my business. It's not always easy. I think I had an advantage because I've worked with logistics. I have a degree, so I was used to work in the warehouse, shipping freight, all that kind of stuff that people takes like a lot to learn. I knew about it already. It makes it easy, the prepping and everything. But I was able to focus in wholesale. Like I learned how to buy like large quantities and ship to
Yeah.
Amazon. But I had like a step back because in the beginning I was doing retail and online arbitrage, like
Uh-huh.
going to stores or sourcing online from retailers and selling to Amazon. Then I decided to move too fast to wholesale. When I did that,
Ah.
and I did right away, I got out of like I was selling over 100,000 and I got
Yeah.
back to like 60,000, 40,000. My margins were low because at the time I had no idea what I was like. I did not know 100% what I was doing, how to
Yeah.
buy from wholesalers. It takes time for you to receive the product and then prep and send to Amazon. It takes time. And then it took me like 3 or 4 months to get back to that point. And after that,
Mhm.
that's when I'm growing ever since. But it took
Oh.
me like 4 months of step back when I decided to move to wholesale, which I don't indicate to anybody. Like when I tell my students now, if you want to go to wholesale, do it like slowly, like start to
Yeah.
and increase your wholesale items little by little, so it won't happen to you the same thing as happened to me and other sellers.
How do you help your student? What kind of services are you offering to the community that is starting to sell on Amazon, or those ones that are selling on Amazon already?
Yeah, what happened with me was since I started to sell on Amazon, that people were finding out, they always wanted to learn
Yeah.
with me about how to sell on Amazon, right? It's something that everybody wants to do, like an online business. But I've always went like, okay, I'm focusing my business. I'm not teaching. I'm focused 100% here. It got to a point last year that it was funny because I started to watch all those, like I'm a Brazilian, right? So
Yeah.
I've always talked to Americans like sellers, and I started within the American community and everything. When I started to follow like Brazilians resellers and everything, it was like two type of people. One of them were like promises of you getting rich out of the blue without working.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna be like in Mexico in the pool with your computer, and sales are coming, and you're not, you don't do anything. You get reach out of the like this, you're rich. And the
Yeah.
other ones were overcomplicating. Like they were giving names and like you gotta do that. It was like super complicated. It seems like it was super complicated when it's not. So it was like
Yeah.
I'm either not too smart to not because they're not working, they're making money, and I'm working as hell here. Here I am sending all these pallets and like sweating and working. And then people are just like saying that they're becoming millionaires without working, or I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So I just started to share my daily, like warehouse daily. So we're opening boxes, going to stores, like paying wholesalers and doing that kind of stuff. And we start to grow from there. Then I was like, okay, let me do a YouTube channel. But people are like, how can you give me a course? So I launched a course which includes everything for retail and online arbitrage. That's how it started. It's like 130 classes in Portuguese. So I started to focus on the Portuguese like community. Actually, it was a boom in sales and everything because it was everything how to start a business, but how to grow yourself. So I teach all the tools that you need, how to buy, how to analyze, where to buy, like step by step, how to do it, how to source on tactical arbitrage, coupons, use discounts. So everything that I knew that I found out in those 2 years, I put on that course and I started to share with the community, and we were able to grow our Instagram like super fast. I think we have like 19,000 followers now, 1,000 followers on our YouTube channel. And it was like super fast because we're showing people our realities, like no makeup, anything. How do we get there? It's how we film, like how to prepare a box, what kind of tools that you need, how to prepare a palette, what's the standard size, what's the max high, everything that we know we're sharing over there. That's how I came with the name and the Instagram. I share pretty much everything that we do there daily for the Brazilian community. So one of the things that I'm more excited about teaching the community how to sell on Amazon, it's because I'm an immigrant. I moved to US as an adult, and I've always wanted to live the American dreams. But for most of the people that move down here, the immigrants that move down here, it's not an easy life. They always tell you that you can only like clean or work with construction, that you have no other options. And working with the Amazon, you can work with Amazon from anywhere. So you don't have to live in US to work with Amazon. You don't have to have your papers or anything in able to work on Amazon. It's allowed for you. You're allowed to sell on Amazon. It doesn't depend where you live and your status, immigration status. So what I was like letting you know is that by sharing my experience with the immigrant community, the Brazilian community here, I'm seeing their lives change because I'm seeing a lot of families that used to work with cleaning or construction, but they were not happy doing. They were doing because they had bills to pay. And now they're changing their lives because they're working in their own business, on their Amazon business. They're happy doing that. They're living the American dream that they came here for. And I'm seeing their lives change because of what Amazon can do for you, like having a business on Amazon. Because you can start from your house, from your garage, from your living room, like I did. Actually, you can work for yourself, have your own business that everybody dreams for, not be only like stick with the construction or cleaning. That's what people think about us immigrants, that when we come here, you're going to clean, you're going to do construction, that's it. But it's not. You have other possibilities. So I'm actually like teaching people how to sell on Amazon, and I can see their life changing with the stuff that I'm teaching them.
Wow, that's amazing. How you can change the perspective and live the real American dream when you move there by opening your own business and starting selling on Amazon. Based on your experience, based on what you learn, things become easier and easier, but it will depend just on how much you invest your time and also your efforts to learn.
And money too, because you spend a lot of money on inventory. That's what people don't realize. To sell more, pretty much you have to buy more. Then first you have to learn how to source, how to buy, and then you're gonna sell. So if you don't buy, you don't sell. So yeah, you have $1 million in sale, but you have to buy a lot to have that $1 million in sale. And then you have to work a lot. Oh, you hire employees. How are you gonna train them if you don't know? So you spend a lot of hours like learning and sourcing. And in my case, I have a warehouse. I don't send to prep centers. So training my employees and everything, growing the business in that way. But it happens. You can work and live off your Amazon business. You can grow your Amazon business, but it's not going to be 1 month or 2 months. You have to learn. You have to invest time. You have to invest money. It's a reality. So I don't want to be there lying to anyone. That's why I started to share my journey, because I was like, okay, let me show you how is it for me. Maybe someone works in a different way, but for me, I work a lot.
Thank you so much, Sarah, for talking about this, and sharing all these small details that are very important to consider when we sell on Amazon. And also for our audience, we are gonna leave your contact information so they can go on Instagram, YouTube, and they can see all how you work and what you do, and also how you can help them. In this case, if there is anything that they need help with, they can easily contact you. And now I would like to ask you if you have any final message for all those enthusiasts about Amazon. They are there in the door trying to open the door to join Amazon. Is there anything that you would like to share with them?
What I tell everybody is like, it's a really good business. It's a business that I have students that started with like $300 and they just sold 300,000 in months, not even in 1 year. So there's not other business that I know that you can start with so little and grow slowing by slowing your numbers. And you can scale really fast on Amazon, but it's gonna take some time. You're gonna have to study a lot. It's all about numbers. So you have to find out, you have to know everything that you sell. You have to know how to source. You have to know what is your profit margins, ROI. So all that kind of stuff you have to learn in advance. So my advice to anybody that wants to start: one, start to watch as much as you content that you can. It's free on the internet. Find someone that you like that can guide you through it, like a mentoring course or anything that's gonna make your life easier. You don't need a course to start on Amazon, but I think you're gonna, when you do that, when you do a course or mentoring program, it helps you not make that as many mistakes as you do in the beginning when you try yourself. It makes you scale really faster than usually whoever doesn't do a course. Also, it's possible to live off Amazon, but you stay in your business as much as you can, right? So you can grow faster. It's about ups and downs and consistency. You have to show up every day, wake up, look for new products, send to Amazon, buy new stuff. You want to sell more, you have to buy more. So it's all about consistency, just showing up every day, doing your job, and things are going to happen. But it's not out of the blue, but it takes a lot of effort and time and money to spend to be able to sell on Amazon, live with your money that you make on Amazon.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sarah, for sharing with us important points for our audience. It's been an honor for us having our channel. And don't forget to our audience to subscribe to our channel and also follow Sarah on her channels and Instagram that we are going to leave here below, so you guys can see more content related to Amazon, how to sell on Amazon. Thank you so much, Sarah. And I will see each other in the next video.
Thank you. I appreciate it.